Hello world, welcome to Rex Arthur TV and Querying Science, Theology, Philosophy and Spirituality. We are doing what is called a convergence, a media convergence, and this is where both our channels, Rex Arthur, which is primarily secular or secular and mostly based on LGBTQ issues specifically, and QSTPS that is based on also science, but scientific interpretation of theology and philosophy and spirituality. So we have those two channels for one reason. In the other channel, I specifically focus on religion and philosophy and spirituality, but in a scientific way, and even science. And I show religious people that science is found in everything, and God is science. So that's what we are teaching people today. Now, what else I want to say? So why are we doing a convergence today? We're doing a convergence because we have a very important topic to discuss. It's a very important topic, and this topic, I like it for one thing. I like it for let's put ourselves in the globe. I like it for one thing. It's a mind-opening and mind-boggling revelation. You know, that beautiful song by Troye Sivan, and I love it so much. He sings it very well, but I love the meaning. And let's play a bit of it, and then as we continue with the video, so that we can enjoy ourselves, we start with a bit of musical an interlude. Your revelation.
Won't you liberate me now?
Won't you liberate me now?
From a holy bound. Your revolution.
Your revolution.
I will liberate
Liberate
you now.
me now.
As the walls come down.
The walls are coming down.
It's a rocky road.
It's a rocky road.
To say maybe I won't go. Hey dear, you're a wrecking ball. You're here, crushing all untold.
Oh, I love that part.
It's a revelation. There's no hell in what I found. No kingdom shall. All the tides are changing as you liberate me now, and the walls come down. to the end. It's a rocky road to say, baby, I won't go. Hey dear, you're a wrecking ball. You're here, crush it all, I'm told.
Your revelation, wonderful. And I like the word he has said. He's How many words has he used with liberate? Liberate me now is a wonderful, wonderful song. And of course the tune is very nice, and it comes from the movie Boy Erased, a very good story about how Christian parents tried to change their gay son, and took him through all of these things churches do to change their children, and it didn't happen as they thought it would. I haven't watched the movie fully, I only know it in review, but it's a very good movie to watch, and there is a book that is also based on that movie. Yeah, very good movie, and this was one of the theme songs, Revelation, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the apocalyptic nature of science, and I think I touched these things one time ago, but I want to touch it again. Very happy about this graphic. We can hide ourselves in there. Well, no, we need to be a bit big here, and then you can have it there or there, whatever. So the apocalyptic nature of science, and we said we're going to do this very well. We didn't have time to do it in another video, but now we have the time, and that's why I've converged Rex Arthur with QSTPS. And so today, it hit me when I was thinking about science. Do you know everything in this world existed at the beginning of this world, or the time, whatever that means, you know? That's what makes people question the origins of the world, because when did these things exist, you know? So this is why people are very religious, you know. They follow different religions because they don't know the origin of this world. We were all born, but we found people, we found them, and so we are always looking for understanding, a way out, you know, trying to know. Like I for all my life, I've always wanted to know. That is, I even had an old song in my very old channel called I forget this name, I don't know what I called it. That was the first time I joined YouTube properly, and I used to put my songs, and there's a song I put, I want to know, and I wanted to know science and everything, history. So And I was always like that. I was always reading. I was always knowing, you know. And the biggest knowledge that is the hardest is the origin of the world and the origin of everything. That one is the hardest. No religion in the world has explained that properly. Not even science. Science is the best because science tries. It is the closest to understanding the origin of the world. But religion is still not, it's not enough. Because you see, religion's problem, it can't prove what it says. It's reminding me of a case that happened recently. And I was very annoyed with the judge. Because this woman, there's a man was convicted of raping a woman in her dream. Now please get this right. It's possible for you to be raped in a dream. And you can even know the face of the person. But it is not possible it is not in the law. You're not allowed to convict somebody on evidence that can't be reproduced in physical. Like what I mean, like rape. Rape is a crime that it has to be proved beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt. And so I was questioning that even though you feel like you were raped by that man, how sure are you it is him who raped you in the dream? You see, that judge is ignorant of spiritual matters. He's ignorant of parapsychology and paranormal sciences. It is so possible someone can, in parapsychology, you know, parapsychology is religion and witchcraft. Yes, they are all parapsychologists. Parapsychology is the power to channel. You know, you can even channel somebody. You can visit somebody in their spirit. Yeah, in their person, in their mask. So that guy, how sure are you that that guy committed that crime? If you understand spiritual science, you cannot convict a person on that, because dreams, somebody can even come looking like your father who is dead. Looks like him, and then you say, I saw my father. But is it really, did you really see him? You see, it may not have been him. It's someone who impersonates. So if impersonation of personalities is possible in the subconscious world, then you cannot convict someone about on a subconscious activity. It has to be proven subconsciously, not even subconsciously. It has to be proven in the natural or conscious world that it was that person who sent that spirit there. This is why the Witchcraft Act has never been enforced in Africa and everywhere in wherever Britain implemented the Witchcraft Act. Yes, you know, those guys, witchcraft is there. It's power. It's cosmic power. There is nothing about, don't be scared of anything. It is there, it is there, it is there. And it's a cosmic power I'm talking about. And the problem of people, they think witches are bad. Yes, because of religion. See, religion also attacked witches. Not only did it attack homosexuals, it attacked witches, which is not right. Yes, it's not right to attack a witch. That is a supernatural person. It's a person who is connected to the cosmic world. So, that's what people need to understand. But because of religion, the Bible said, suffer not a witch to live. these people they interpret the Bible literally. Especially in Europe, they killed very many women and some men because of that. And it was because of the literal interpretation of the Bible. Go and check it up. Sorry, I don't have internet today. But if I had it, I would have shown you the numbers. Very many women died, and some men also died. And it was based on the literal interpretation of the Bible. History is still the same. Even the LGBT community, we suffer because of the literal interpretation of scriptures that are against us. Yes. We suffer because people write, Moses said, you shall not allow suffer a man to lie with a man like as womankind. So they attack anybody who is doing. Now, when you read the verse, do you know you can interpret it in 1 trillion ways? Yes. 1 trillion ways. More than infinite interpretations of that verse alone. First of all, who is a man? Has the Bible defined a man? No. Today, and this is what the topic we want to discuss, apocalypse, the apocalyptic nature of science. Science is apocalyptic. We are always in the end of the world. Everything is a world. I'm a world. This tree, I love sitting here. Look at that tree. See, you can even enter there. Apocalyptic nature of the world. I mean, everything is apocalyptic. This is a world. It has over a trillion cells. This. And it exists both in the on the ground and underground. And a tree is a very good explanation of a human being. This is the conscious world. And the roots are the subconscious world and the unconscious world. Underground. Nobody sees. I don't know the roots, how they look like in there. But they are there. You see? I don't know how the roots look like, where the roots have gone in there, but they're there. That is the subconscious. It's like you see me, you don't know what I'm thinking. You don't know. Yes. You can guess. Yes, you can guess that. I think you think about food now, but you don't know. You can't prove it. That's what I was saying. That judge made a mistake to convict someone based on a dream. Yes. Because how sure are you that lady dreamt like that? You see? Now, of course, people will be asking then, what happens in rape cases? Of course, in some legal systems, a lady does not need to prove, does not need another witness to prove she was raped. Which is another reason why rape cases don't have, what do you call it? Rape cases they don't succeed in court. Is because there is only one witness. You see what happened with the judge in America? He could not be convicted or let go because of the witness of one person. Because if you had sex with a person and you're only two, then, and the one person is saying this didn't happen and the other one is saying it happened, it's gone. The case is gone. You can't prove anything. And that's what you need to understand. People have sex together too. That's the way they do it. And then it's very rare for us to have cases where people have sex with more than two people. Yes. So anything happens. That's why even Even this issue of marital rape, it's very hard to prove it. I mean, how do you take your husband to court that he raped me? You know? So this was the problem. It's because you can't prove, and criminal offenses must be proved beyond reasonable doubt. So it was an error by the judge to convict somebody based on a dream. Yes, because it is the evidence, even if it is true, it's not weighty, you know. You see now, like when you have a very successful rape case, if it was happened in the conscious, what you can see, somebody sees the girl, this lady went to the field to get maize, and then the man came and slept with her, and 5 people saw the girl go to the maize field, and they also saw the man go to the maize field. You see, that's enough. You can prove, and you can convict the person because there are enough witnesses, and there is a crime scene. But now in a dream, where is the crime scene? So it was a very interesting issue, but it brought about the aspect of parapsychology existing in the world. I always tell people, even if you're parapsychological, just keep it to yourself. You know, people can't understand, you know, and this is what happens with the very many religions. They try and convert people to something that is only their personal experience, you know. You know, you can't make someone a Pentecostal. It's impossible. Yes, it is impossible. You can't convert someone to be a Pentecostal. What I mean by converting is the person has to have a personal experience of that thing. Why did I use Pentecostal? Because they believe in the spiritual world, and it's true. It's a cosmic denomination, very cosmic coordinated. And it's not only them, every religion is cosmic coordinated. It's just that for them, as I said in another video, they have opened the portal, which is Hindu. They have opened a Hindu portal. The Hindus are already electric, don't worry, too much electricity. So that's what you need to understand. And they have a lot of electricity. And that is what you need to understand. The Pentecostals opened that portal and brought those cosmic powers in Christianity, because Christianity was very quiet before Pentecostalism came, until that portal was opened, and they were having dreams, they were having visions. And I don't want to go so deep into that, but all of this was happening when the world was very theosophical. The Western world became spiritual. They started studying dreams, and they went to the East. They went to visit India. Britain, do you know when Britain went to India? Before it came to Africa. Know the path of Britain, how it conquered the world. They went to India first. And they saw everything that was there. They saw the yoga, the gurus. Oh, I'm telling you, before the colonialists, or when the colonialists arrived in India, they saw beautiful and amazing culture, very rich culture. The gurus, the sex temples, the gays, the hijras, the LGBT community, they were there, and they were shocked because Britain left their culture. Yes, they had the Celtic culture of druids. They left it, and when they left it, they became Christian, and the Christianity they were following was not favoring cosmic interaction or cosmic power. So they reduced on it. Even if it was happening, you know, the beauty of cosmic power, it is everywhere, in every religion. It's just you to awaken it. You see, even in yoga, Kundalini, you awaken. Just open. You can. What does awaken mean? You can sleep. Yes, awaken means arise. Come on, come up. That's what it is. It's come. Be active. But it doesn't mean we are not. We should be awakened. Yes, you can be sleeping forever. Do you know how many people have died non-awakened? You have energy, potential energy, but you die with it. Yes, it's okay. You chose to live like that. You chose to live an inactive life. It's very okay. And there are others who live active lives. Now, so what am I telling you? How Britain went to India and found these things. And please understand, the colonialists, not all of them were Christian. Or if they were Christian, when they went to India, they changed. So you find, that's why I'm very happy it's QSTPS and Rex Arthur. Yes, we are really talking theology and spirituality. You find most of the Western people who are really questioning religion. Because even in the Victorian time, people were questioning religion. They now travel to the East. My goodness, they changed. And that's when Theosophy was born. Helena Blavatsky came up with the understanding. She was one of the best Theosophists because she studied every religion. And then you have all of these people. It's me, I'm not fearing saying these names. It's because I now know. There's something I've known that has made me free. Other people will just tell you, oh my God, he's saying these bad names of bad people. They were not bad. They entered cosmic realms while they were on earth. That's what they did. And so why did I bring this topic? It's because Pentecostalism came in the same time when Theosophy was released. And Theosophists went to India, where most of the Pentecostal features are from there. Yes. The Pentecostal, speaking in tongues, the Indians were speaking in tongues before Christianity. Before Hebrew, the Hebrew theology. So we are all from India, religiously. But India is also from Africa. So Africa is the mother of power, the mother of religion, the mother of everything. That's why we call her Mama Africa. Mother Africa, the motherland, is because she gave birth to all of these religions. So that's what you understand. Power was from here. That's why Moses was a magician. Yes. Jesus was a magician. Elijah was a magician. A magician is not a bad person. He's a cosmologist. He's a cosmologist. So now let's go back. That was a nice trip to power. Now, why am I doing this? You see, all I'm saying, that's apocalypse. That's being apocalyptic. I'm revealing. Now, let's look at what apocalypse means. We get this from, of course, many religions are apocalyptic. But we get this word from, it's Greek. It's a Greek word. First, let's look at reveal. Apocalypto, to reveal, is to disclose, to take off the cover. Apocalypto. And I'm laughing because I was standing somewhere and I saw men and women, but mostly women. They were seated on a bench, and there was another woman. She was also there. Of course, a few men, because it's understandable. There are more men, there are more women. Sometimes you can go to a place where there are more women than men. So these ladies were wearing dresses, and then another lady was wearing a trouser. So when the security guard came and told them, "No, don't sit here, please don't sit here," as they were moving, the wind came and lifted up the dress of the women who were wearing dresses, and you could see the petticoats. At least they were wearing petticoats. And it came up. But the woman who had a trouser, nothing came up. And it hit me that some things can be revealed because of how they are covered. But other things is very hard to reveal them. Like that woman who was wearing a trouser, not even the wind could open up her trouser. But the women who were wearing dresses, the wind immediately it went up because there was wind. And I said, wow, what a revelation, what an apocalypse. Yes, because revelation is apocalypse. Apocalyptic, have you seen? Reveal, to disclose, disclosure. Okay, let's go to another story. Now, let's come to the book of Revelation. The revelation of Jesus Christ. The apocalypsis, the disclosure, appearing, coming, lighten, manifestation, be revealed, revelation, it's to be revealed, to lighten, to appear. Your revelation. So there you are, you know. Come and liberate me now. See, the appearance of. So now let's put all of those meanings there. The appearance of Jesus Christ, the lightening of Jesus Christ, the manifestation of Jesus Christ, the appearance of Jesus Christ, the disclosure of Jesus Christ. That's what it is. Now, science is apocalyptic. Science is apocalyptic. Everything, you see, this leaf has data. It is covered. I am supposed to take it to the lab and uncover the data. Decryption. It's encrypted. The data of this leaf is encrypted. I do not know the genus and the species of this leaf. So I'm going to go to the lab and take it and do apocalyptics. Apocalyptics. Apocalyptics is decryption. Everything is coded. Everything is data. Everything. Now, when I go to the lab, I will find this thing. Then I'll realize the name of this leaf. It comes from a tree. Da 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 da. Then I will know the age. Da 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 da. Then I will know the diseases it's suffering from. Da 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 da. Then I know this. What am I doing? A diagnosis. Every job is apocalyptic. Doctors are apocalyptic. Builders are apocalyptic. Everybody. We are all in apocalypse. And what is apocalypse? Is uncovering, is disclosure. Going to school. Schools are apocalyptic centers. You go to school and they disclose to you physics. This is what physics is. This is what mathematics is. This is what chemistry is. Now, we are done with the video. It's simple. So, now, let's look at time. what has happened in history of mankind. Very many apocalypses. At the beginning of the world, there were very few apocalypses. As I told you last time, men and women did not know why the women menstruate. Until they studied cycles, they studied time, then they knew women are menstruators. Women are menstruators. So, that's what you need to understand. And then they studied, okay, women shed it after every 4 weeks. Why? It's because they uncovered time. They uncovered the rotation of the earth. They uncovered the universe and time, because cosmology is time. Yes, power is time. Yes, a healer, a person who heals someone of a disease, is a time machine, because time will heal. That's why I always say God is also time, and is science. Time is science. Time will heal. So a healer who heals you and really heals you, there's evidence you are healed, that guy is a fast machine. The power he has is able to rectify the problem very fast. That's what you need to understand. Medicine is also a healer, but it takes time to heal. Let me tell you, cancer can be healed in a second. Yes. The reason why it's not healed in a second, we have not uncovered that science. It is there. It's in the system. It's in the universe. The answer to solve cancer is in the universe. You see, that's why people are very religious, especially pastors and ministers that had healing power. One of the things that made Christianity grow was the healers. You know, Amy McPherson and Smith Wigglesworth and all of these big men, Catherine Kuhlman, even Benny Hinn. You know, these guys were said to heal people who had diseases. William Branham. So these guys, they made Christianity. Pentecostalism is the fastest growing denomination in Christianity. Within 100 years, it destroyed the Latin America. Catholic Latin America almost collapsed. This current Pope had to visit there, to visit South America, to go and cool down the revolt that was happening amongst Latin Americans. They were going for power. They were looking for this cosmic power, and they found it with the Pentecostals, and they went there. So it is a portal they opened. Anybody can open it. We all have that energy, and it's just how you open it. You see, that's why you have people who are spiritual. They know how to open those things. Others are not spiritual, so they don't open those things, but they have the power. We all have it. We all have energy. We have one energy that is diverse. Is diverse. You know, is diverse energy. Some of us are very good at building. Yes, that is cosmic energy. Yes, it's cosmic energy. For you to build, even to make a phone, it's cosmic energy. To build a car is cosmic energy. Why am I calling it cosmic energy? That knowledge has been disclosed to you, and you had the ability to pick it up. Yes, you had the ability to pick it up. So that's what you need to understand. Okay, now I wanted to finish this video because now I was saying that everything is apocalyptic. Everything is revealed. We are always learning to reveal. Revelation. So when you look at science, all schools, I've told you, schools, universities, they are all apocalyptic centers. Churches, religious centers, laboratories, every place. Television is apocalyptic. Radio is apocalyptic. Everything, because we are always gathering data. Social media is apocalyptic. When I say apocalyptic, people think it's end of the world. No, it's revelation. It's to reveal things. Reveal. So that's what you need to understand. And I want us to finish the video with looking at the 21st century, the different apocalypses that have happened. Now, the first one that we value so much is the sexual apocalypse. Yes, the sexual apocalypse. This is what gave birth to the LGBT community movement. Science now understood why people are gay and transgenders. That is what you need to understand. Science came to understand that. Whether you tell me what, you say what, that's up to you. Science gave us that understanding. Secondly, now what is the understanding? The understanding is the men can be attracted to men. That one has been proven by science. Women can be attracted to women. That has been proved by science. Women can be attracted both to men and women. That has been proven by science. Men can be attracted to both to women and men. That has been proven by science. All of that. History has documented homosexual relationships. That has been proven by science. History is a science. Yes. History is a science. What is science? It's knowledge. The knowledge of past events is history. The apocalypse of past events is history. Because apocalypse is revelation, disclosure. The revelation of past events is history. The revelation of sexuality is sexual sciences. The world did not understand homosexuality even though it existed. They never knew what it was. They could not explain. I told you last time, people discovered hormones just 100 years ago. Do you know how many they killed? Very many intersex people because of ignorance. Any homophobe or transphobe is either ignorant or mentally deranged. Whether you can be gay and homophobic. Yes, you can be gay and homophobic. Because why are you homophobic? You're ignorant. So how do you cure your homophobia? Read. If you read and you still don't understand, you're mad. You're mentally disordered. That's what I say. These days I don't argue with homophobes that much because I've concluded. I've talked to you thrice. You still don't understand? You're mentally deranged. Yes, mentally deranged. Yes, you're mentally deranged. Yeah. And mental derangement is biological. We are all born with psychological disorders as well as physical disorders. That's what you need to understand. All right. So the sexual apocalypse was the revelation of sexuality, the physiology of sexuality. This is what now changed the world. Europe became open to the LGBT communities in the 20th century. Why? Because of the apocalypse. It's the apocalypse. South Africa allowed gay marriage in Africa. Why? The apocalypse. The apocalypse. It was, you see, South Africa, the advantage they had was scientists were living in there because of the apartheid regime was a white Western system. So because it was Western, the Western features survived for a very long time. And what is a Western feature? Western feature is Western infrastructure, laboratories, machines, and all of those things. Those guys, I mean, those because the apartheid regime was Western, they carried that. They could get that infrastructure with ease. With ease. So when they did that, what happened is they had laboratories, they had universities that looked exactly and even better than some in the West. Now, so when it came to discuss the sexual orientation, it was not a problem to some of the South African population. Of course, the black population was still not understanding because they didn't understand it in the Western way. You know, in Africa, African homosexuality is a bit different from Western homosexuality. That's understandable, and but it doesn't mean it doesn't, and that's why we are in a quagmire in Africa. Because I ask Africans, which way are you going? Are you going the Western way, or you're going back to Africa, back to my roots? You see, and so many countries are deciding their path. So, like as I told you, Kenya, even this week is a very important week for the Kenyan nation, because we are going to find out whether the Kenyan nation wants to decriminalize homosexuality. They have to, in my view. But there is a war. There are religious people don't want to decriminalize homosexuality because they believe it's a sin. And if you do that, they believe God is blessing them because they are calling it a sin, even though they do it. You see, and then theologies even can make it worse. You know, I remember when I told my former pastor that I'm gay, and he said, "And what are you doing about it? I mean, don't you know it's a sin?" And I said, even if it's a sin, even if you call it a sin, I'm okay. God is okay with me. That's what I told you. God is okay with me. He's not. Why? It was my theology. My theology is that the grace of God is for everybody. Jesus Christ died for everybody. It's simple. So there's no way you can say that I have to change. For what and for who? You see, why should I change for you? You see, I don't need to change. And what is change? There is nothing like change. All of these things are genetic. You are born with them. The acids are in you. The acids are confirmed at conception. Even now, look at what's happening in America with what is happening in America, the abortion issue. What has happened to them is they have now gone back to read the science again, that you are born. I mean, it's not born, you're conceived. You see? So what is conception? Conception is when the zygote is formed. And when the zygote formed, when the sperm connects to the egg. Now, when people have gone back to that science, they are now doing what? They are changing their mind about what they already decided 20 years ago. However, it's not even changing of mind. It's just that the conservatives who have come into power want to change what America did roughly 30 years ago through Roe versus Wade. So you can see all of these wars that are happening. There's a war between the conservatives and the liberals. And why is the war happening? It's because of the apocalypse, the revelation of all of these things I've mentioned. You see, that's what I'm telling you is happening in the world. And secondly, so apart from sexual apocalypse, we also have economic apocalypse. The world is being revealed. Now we know who is rich in the world. We know who is poor. And we know what poverty is defined as and what wealth is defined as. And Oxfam has said the same. I mean, Oxfam has revealed, it has done an apocalypse about who is rich and who is poor. And what has this done? It is making governments collapse. You see? Look at what happened in Sudan. Sudan people have, they have toppled Bashir, a very strong man. Reason? Apocalyptic economic apocalypse. When it is revealed that there is, you see, how is this economic apocalypse happening? The media is apocalyptic. They reveal to us what is happening. So what happened is, in the country where Bashir is, the economy was collapsing. Now, what do you do when the economy is collapsing? You tell your friend. And when you tell your friend, you tell another friend. That's what has happened. Now, with social media, when social media was born, very many governments have been toppled. Do you remember the time of the time of this guy, the Arab Spring, where Arab governments were toppled? Why were they toppled? It was because of the apocalyptic nature of the media. People they revealed what was happening in their country. So Egypt went crazy. In fact, not Egypt. The first country to go crazy was Tunisia. Why did they go crazy? Because they don't have jobs. Life is hard. Life is very hard. So, because life is hard, what did they do? They went to the streets, and one man burnt himself. He committed suicide with fire because because of the economic conditions. Then the mistake, it's not a mistake, it's a nice mistake. The mistake was the whole world knew that story. So when the story spread that these guys, they have gone to strike because the economy is collapsing, another country said, hey, we also have the same conditions. You see, we also have the same conditions. And so what did they do? They also did what? Toppled their government. So Tunisia was toppled. Egypt was toppled. Every country, Algeria, they toppled. And that's why it was called the Arab Spring. So that's what you need to understand about what economic apocalypse. And it is encouraged by the media. Now, to prove my theory right, look at schools. In Africa, we have that very common problem: children going on strike. Now, children go on strike for what reason? Because when they hear that another school has gone on strike because the food is bad and all of these things, they say, even us, we have the same problem. So what are we going to do? We will strike. Then the other school hears that What do? They hear. Communication is apocalyptic. Please, every time, even you see why I'm talking, it is an apocalyptic act. I'm revealing something. Yes. Why? That's why the Constitution protects me, because of freedom of expression. That's what you need to understand. And why is that so? Because expression is apocalyptic. When I come and tell you I'm sad, you see, that's a revelation. That's a disclosure. When I tell you I'm happy, that is a disclosure. That's an apocalypse. It's an apocalypse. So, and there are very many ways of communicating. You can communicate by speech. You can communicate by the phone. You can communicate by media, internet. You can communicate all those ways. So, you can apocalypse. You can apocalypto in very many ways. You can reveal in very many ways. You can reveal on the phone. You can reveal on the computer. You can reveal on letters. You can reveal gestures. That's why there's body language. When I do this, I'm saying bye. You can reveal through sign language. You know, the love sign of the deaf people, and thank you. You see, that's revelation. So we are always in apocalyptic spaces. That's what you need to understand. Now, apart from the economic apocalypse, which you see was instigated by the media, the media has to reveal. Yes, that's why I'm happy with the media. Yes, I know people are feeling like, after listening to this video, you're feeling like, now, why should we reveal whatever is happening in the world? And I'm saying, no, there is no problem. That's the world we're living in. These revelations, and I said in the other video when I was to prepare to do this one, the problem we have is there are so many apocalypses that have happened, and so we are having so many wars. This is why there are cultural wars everywhere. There are economic wars. There are social wars. There is because of revelations. You know, when someone tells you a secret, and they said, "Ati what? What? Oh my God, I'm coming to deal with that person." So you see, there was a revelation that happened. This communication. And this is why we go to court. We go to court so that we can understand the apocalypse, the revelation of somebody else. Because if it was that, there would be mob justice. Do you know why there's mob justice? It's because of apocalypse. Yes. And fake, you know, there's fake news is fake apocalypse. Fake news is fake apocalypse. That's why when somebody comes and tells you that person stole, that person, he stole something, a mad person will go and beat that person because he's been told that person stole. Yet, the sober way of doing things is to take the person to court and confirm, did this person steal, yes or no? If the judge doesn't find the person guilty, then the person should be set free and nobody should touch that person. However, human nature is not like that. That's why we have things like asylum. You know, you have to protect people from mobs that want to attack you. Yes, that's what you need to understand. You're joking with life. I was talking about what happens in Africa. There are a lot of scenes of mob justice. People come and kill somebody on baseless information. It should never be allowed. People are trained to go and do what? To go take the person to court. This is what happened in Uganda. The LGBTQ refugees, They could not stay in the country because if they stayed there, they would be killed. And when they would be killed, why would they be killed? Is because someone will say anything. And even now, it's still not safe because anybody can guess and call you LGBTQ because they want to kill you. And they say, this one is LGBTQ. So the mob comes and finishes you. So out of kindness, UN saved the situation and took the LGBTQ persons for asylum to a safe place in the world. And that's what I was asking myself, heaven, heaven is very weird. I'm even going to do a video about it. Of course, I've already done it, where we were discussing reverse, what do you call it? Reverse psychology, or not reverse psychology, reverse Platonism. Now, with reverse Platonism, what happens there is, I'm trying to look for a page that doesn't have, I don't need to touch the screen for the screen to go off. So, reverse Platonism, it is where I believe that what is on earth is in the other world called heaven. So, there are cities, there are places, but it's much better than here. That's what I believe. Now, what does that mean? That the lives we're living here are rehearsal. Yes. Oops, that one hasn't worked. Let me look for another page that can keep me. I don't need to touch the screen, when I'm talking. I need I think we need a picture. And okay, now good. Let me get a picture that will stay on. Let's try this one. So what was I saying? I was saying I was blah 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 blah. I lost my train of thought. So when I was thinking about the picture, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is that how Africa dealt with the issue, like in Uganda, and what you need to know about Africa. The West, like Africa, had their ways of dealing with people they could not live with. And that is what you need to understand. In Africa, you have banishment. The punishment was not jail. There were no jails in Africa. There was banishment and maybe even killing. Mob justice, I think, is not an African thing. It must be from somewhere else. But it was in the Bible. In the Bible, there was mob justice. The mob justice was to stone people. Even in the Islamic world, that is what they do. And it's wrong. That's why I am a reformer. I always tell people I'm reforming religions. It's a price you pay. Yes, you even pay it with your life. Yes, you even pay it with your life. You see, Martin Luther King Jr., he died. He was a reformer. Jesus Christ died. He was a reformer. All of these people were reformers. Mahatma Gandhi died. He was a reformer. So what does that mean? It means that when you are a reformer, people don't really accept you. They hate you when you bring something new. You see, human beings, they have, they are already organized in their head how life should go. That life should be like this, you should do things like this, you should do this like this, you should do this like this. That's how they've been organized. But to me, I tell people that no, you don't have to follow the same path. That's why I'm a liberal. I let people do whatever they want to do, as long as it doesn't violate someone's rights, it's okay. So that's what you need to understand about the human nature. The human nature is that it doesn't like change. It doesn't like change. So that's what you need to understand about life. Okay, now it's beginning to rain, so we will stop here for this. We'll call it part 1 of the apocalypse. The fact that the nature of science is apocalyptic. And what is apocalyptic? It means it is revealing. And sometimes when you reveal some things, it doesn't make you happy. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean it doesn't liberate you. It liberates you. You see, that's what Jesus said. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. What is the truth? It's science. Science is the truth. Yes, science is a truth. And right now we're living in a world where everything is being revealed. But what's going to happen? Because of the very many upheavals in the world, people are now going to go back into secret. Remember the other movie I did? The other video I did. Well, it's also a movie. Life is a movie anyway. What I did, the other video I did, I told people that what is happening in the world is I told people that the internet, because of many revelations, you see, the biggest man in the world right now in the history is Julian Assange. He revealed the secrets of all governments in the world. He revealed not all the secrets, but very many secrets from the world. He revealed them. And this revelation made some people angry. You see. And how did this revelation happen? We don't know. You see, it's only Julian Assange who knows. That's why they want him to go to court and explain how it happened. And for me, I don't think he should be punished. I think he was very angry. You see, revelations, apocalypses, they make you angry. Some of them make you angry. Some of them make you happy. But what all revelations do, they liberate you. That's what the truth is. It liberates you. But the problem we have right now is lies are also revelations. Apocalypse, rumors, gossip, those are also revelations. People come and say they reveal things and it's not true. But by the time it has gone to 5,000 villages, people have believed it is the truth. And you ask yourself, how is this lie the truth? That's why people are discussing fake news these days. It's gone. Let me tell you, right now where the world is, we are in a quagmire. We are in a serious crisis, but it doesn't mean we have to give up. We have to work on building the world, revealing, doing more apocalypse and revealing. Yes, of course, it's not easy. As I told you, it can even cost your life. Yes, it can cost your life. And that's what I always tell people. But why should you be angry about expressing yourself? Like, I don't regret expressing myself. That's who I am. Kill me, beat me, that's who I am. Yes, that's who I am. And so I'm not apologizing. Apologizing for what? The only thing I apologize for is if I've made a mistake, like if I've done a mistake to you, I can apologize, or even to myself. But if there's no mistake in expressing yourself, that one is okay. You have to tell people how you feel. You have to tell people what you think. Yes, it's not bad. That is what philosophers are. Yes, philosophers are like that. They are revealers. They come and tell you, I think the world is like this. And that's why I tell you, all religious people are philosophers. Jesus was a philosopher. Muhammad was a philosopher. He was a revealer of what he thought is wisdom. Nobody knows whether they are saying the truth. Nobody. Yes, nobody. Nobody knows whether they're saying the truth. But they know, there's something they know. Like Jesus knew there was cosmic power. He was a healer, he was a shaman. But he could not explain it. So he explained it in the terms of the religion of his time. The Essenes. You know? Muhammad had dreams. And he saw angels come to visit him. He did not know the science of dreams. No psychology or parapsychology. But he said he had a dream and he saw an angel. And angels are spirits. How many of us spirits visit you? Yes, when you dream, it's a spiritual event. So that's what need. So Muhammad had the revelation, and then he declared that this is what happened. That God gave Angel Gabriel told me to write, and he wrote the Quran. So everyone who does revelation, like me, I'm also a philosopher. Yes, I'm also a philosopher. And as I told you, philosophers pay the price with their life. Do you know why Muhammad was not killed? Prophet Muhammad was not killed. He died properly. It's because he was a warrior. He was a violent man. He spread Islam with violence, with a sword. And he was a very strong warrior. Jesus was killed because he wasn't a warrior. He was not fighting. Secondly, Jesus was killed because that was the plan. The plan was Jesus was to die. So that's why Jesus did not need an army to fight. That's why Judas committed suicide. It's because this guy is this guy is innocent. He has not even called his men to come and beat anybody. Judas expected to see an army come and fight the Pharisees. It didn't happen. And then he said, oh my God, this man is good. This is a very innocent man. And he killed himself. Imagine killing yourself for an innocent person. But if you really studied the suicide of Judas, it was of regret. You know, there are very many types of suicides. That one was of regret. He was not killing himself because of other things. You know, people kill themselves for very many reasons. Yes. And that's what people need to understand. And so now so Judas did that because he was not even aware of the plan of Jesus Christ. Jesus was to die. That's what he said. I've come to die. I don't want to die, but that is what the Father wants me to do. To die. So he died and he didn't fight. He couldn't fight. But Muhammad was a fighter. So some philosophers are fighters, others are not fighters. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Jesus fighter, not using violence. Though he's not even a Jesus fighter, he's himself, because Jesus said, I have not come to bring peace, I've come to bring a sword. Martin Luther King did not even want a gun because he knew what he was standing for. Yes, Martin Luther King, that's why he was killed. Mahatma Gandhi, the most non-violent philosopher. Yes, most non-violent. He went because he's he was non-violent and he was assassinated for the non-violence. Yitzhak Rabin was not a philosopher as such, because a philosopher has to be somebody who gives his point of view of life. That's a philosopher, and his understanding and how he thinks the world should be. Yitzhak Rabin was not a philosopher as such, but when he supported, or when he did the peace agreement of Oslo Accords, the fundamentalist Israelis, the very nationalistic, ultra-national, went and shot him. Yes, they shot him because he was, how can you make peace with the enemy? You see, that's the understanding of Israeli nationalists. You are not supposed to make peace with your enemy. In fact, you should finish your enemy. Be very grateful for Israel. They are sober. If they were ultra nationalists, they would destroy Palestine. Yes, you're joking. They have missiles, but they have said no. Let's sit down and talk. Let's have a dialogue. That's what you need to understand. So that's where we are in the world. It's a crisis, but it will be solved. But I don't think so. I think I listened to a very nice video by Manly P. Hall, and I think I'm going to analyze it one time. It was that the gods are still fighting. The gods are still fighting, and I agree with him. We are all gods, and even when we die, we will still be fighting. So it was a very good video, and he said something that the world, the way it's going, we are having very many wars, very many things, and I think we'll just destroy ourselves. And he's very right to say that. And it's because of the apocalypses. There are too many. Too many. People are so slow. They can't absorb everything. Like Africa is gone. They're even tired. Because 200 years ago, Africans were walking naked in some parts of Africa, not all parts of Africa. West Africa was modernized because of Islam. So they have lived with Muslims for longer time, and Muslims had the understanding of wearing clothes. But in Eastern Africa and parts of South Africa, but mostly Eastern Africa, there were no clothes. People were naked. Then the colonialists came and then dressed people up. Then, not even 100 years has passed, the colonialist has left. Then this African is wondering, where am I? What is this confusion? That I was naked, now I'm wearing clothes, now I'm even wearing a miniskirt. So Africa is so divided, especially in Eastern Africa. It is divided because you have very conservative people who remain in the primitive system. Then you have the colonialist African who was colonized and he lives in the colonial world. And then you have the modern African who is so liberated, he's so smart, he's so intelligent. Yes, they're intelligent. They know things. I'm telling you, if you live in a primitive system, you're not intelligent. Sorry. So get intelligent by joining the modern system. That's what we do with the schools. We are modernizing people. And that's what I was asking Africa as we've ended this video. I was asking Africa, where are we going? Are we going to the Western system or the African system? By Western system, I don't even mean Western, global. Because China is West. China is Western. Yes. China is Western. The West is already Western. What is Africa? Africa is going Western. That's what's going to happen. And yes, that's my prediction. I've made a prophecy. Africa is going Western. It's too late. We have already stepped on the path. We are there. We're on Facebook. We're on the internet. We are everywhere. Let's go on. So thank you so much for joining us. We will do part 2 of this, the apocalyptic nature of sciences. So let's keep on saying it. We've talked about sexual apocalypse, economic apocalypse. There is a ecological apocalypse. That's a climate change, and we're going to discuss that in part 2. So all of these apocalypses are happening. So always know apocalypse is everywhere. When you go to school, you are an apocalyptic. They are revealing topics, everything. And that's how it is. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.